going on, Jerome's? So the legend of Kevin O'Connell as the quarterback whisperer really started in earnest. Well, Stafford too, but started in earnest, getting the best out of Kirk Cousins during the time in Washington, as well as a couple seasons here in the great state of Minnesota. But of course, last offseason, who took the money and ran down to Hotlanta, and now Falcons fans are just like, maybe not so much. But Kurt has definitely worn out his welcome with Falcons fans, and he's guaranteed a lot of money, and he's going to be sitting on the bench behind Michael Penix Jr., but I know the Falcons are talking tough. Oh, we already paid him, so he's going to be here and be the backup. No, he's a distraction. Like, he is him on the sideline wearing his helmet, by the way, is just going to be a distraction for Falcons fans every single week. And also they'll be mad that Kurt's just like there, right? So now he is a subject of trade talks. What about the Steelers if they're done with Rodgers? Blah, 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 blah. But long story longer, so we floated the idea this offseason before the Vikings made the move for slinging Sam Howell, a.k.a. Korea's quarterback, of bringing back Kurt as the backup, right? And there's a lot of moving parts. I still don't hate it, right? But also not in the mood for giving up significant draft capital, also not in the mood for taking on a lot of money, whether this year or next year, as Kurt is also guaranteed $10 million in 2026. But I don't know, it just feels like Kurt has sort of accepted his station in life, and his age of being a financial gangster, should be at the first ballot Hall of Fame, agent, finessing money. I just feel like at a certain point, enough's enough. Or something like that. I don't know. But also, Kevin O'Connell and Kirk Cousins do have a great relationship, and I don't think that there will be an issue. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy is quarterback 1-1-1, and 37-year-old Kirk Cousins, now 2 years removed from that Achilles, be a decent backup. Right. Long story longer, ESPN, the worldwide bleeder of viewers, readers, and subscribers, did up a piece, NFL trade offers, Kirk Cousins, Trey Hendrickson, Jalen Ramsey, blah, 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 blah. But for the Vikings, two separate analysts suggested the Vikings trade for Kirk Cousins. So Dan Graziano, Falcons get a 2026 fifth-round pick, too much. 2027 seventh-round pick and cash consideration. Vikings get Cousins. Why this deal makes sense for both sides? Well, it makes sense for all three sides, really, counting Cousins himself. He wants a chance to start and could use his no-trade clause. Oh, we're already done. He wants a chance to start. We're already done. We're already done. Zero goose egg D'Angelo Russell chance that Kurt comes in with J.J. McCarthy in place and starts. It just does not happen. All right, so I'm already pissed off. And could use his. I should really read these before the video. Actually, no. Like the organic reaction is actually better. And could use his no trade clause to nix a deal to any place he doesn't want to go. But if he has to be a backup, never mind. Maybe. Sorry, I blew up. But if he has to be a backup, we know he liked living in Minnesota. But do they know that Julie's from Georgia? Yeah. And playing for the Vikings. Plus, J.J. McCarthy is still an unknown after. Why not say a complete unknown? Like a rolling stone. Although, maybe he did say a complete unknown as an homage to Timothy Chalamet and the Bob Dylan movie, but maybe ESPN editors took it out because whoever runs Bob Dylan's estate is extremely litigious. Because I remember Hootie and the Blowfish, they had a song, Only Want to Be With You. There's a line in there, Tangled Up in Blue, and Bob Dylan's like business or catalog, like they sued Hootie and the Blowfish and they won. That sucks. Anyways, but he unknown after his major knee injury. Major knee injury. Meniscus repair. Every surgery is important. Like the only minor surgery is when it's on someone else, but major knee surgery. Okay. So maybe this could turn into more than just a QB2 destination. In this scenario, the Vikings would agree to pay $10 million of the guaranteed money on Cousins' contract 2025. Too much. Because, hey, if you trade for him, you also inherit the 2026 roster bonus, which is fully vested and guaranteed. So now, I ain't paying $10 million. No. Also, fifth round pick. No. And then the genius, Seth Walder. Remember, Seth Walder is the one who projected the Vikings to finish dead last year in the league at 4-13. Also, he's the one who crucified the Vikings for drafting Donovan Jackson. But Falcons get Sam Howell in cash consideration. Vikings get Cousins. No. Hey, we literally just got Sam Howell, rolling with him. Yeah, Brett ripping ass as well. Frankly, ever since the Vikings got Howell, I've just been sort of whatever. The Kurt deal. Why does this deal make sense for both sides? The key to the compensation for a Cousins deal is how much of his guaranteed money the acquiring team will take on. I'll raise Dan's offer and say the Vikings pay $12 million of it. No, done. Skull production value. No, done. No. So I would rather have Sam Howell, even though he's got 1 year left on his deal. He is cheap. He's making the league minimum. And also, remember, like his signing bonus cap hits are still on Washington's cap, which is funny to me. But no, $12 million and a solid young veteran backup quarterback that you just acquired. No. Hey, may we interest you in our finest Brett ripping asses, huh? For Minnesota, the upgraded backup quarterback is more important because of the McCarthy situation. Cousins will have to accept a lesser role with his old team, but he'd less be reunited with Coach Kevin McConnell. So now, I'm not giving up Sam Howell. I'm not paying $12 million. I do not like green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. No. But, I mean, if this does work, so Kevin McConnell adores Kurt. I'm going to have a full medical check on that Achilles. Like, people don't realize like how bad that Achilles was. That thing was still pulled pork. There's a reason why he was in shotgun for like 96% of his snaps last year, because he couldn't backpedal from under center, right? And also he could not put the Tangy Zip Miracle Whip on his throws. No significant trade capital, ain't doing it. At worst, have it be a pick swap, right? Also, Cousins will have to waive his no trade clause. I think that he would do that because he gets the money either way. Falcons should take on all of his guaranteed money this year, and in exchange, the Vikings pay 2026 fully guaranteed. His roster bonus next year, right? And Kirk would know that he's quarterback too. The locker room would not schism, even though there's a lot of Vikings veterans that were around here when Kirk was the quarterback. But I think that everyone's all in on J.J. McCarthy. I don't think that it would divide the locker room, and Kevin McConnell and Kwesi would make sure of that. So, I mean, there's worse ideas in the world, certainly, but I don't know. I just don't see it. But your thoughts are thoughts. ESPN suggests that the Vikings trade for Kirk Cousins. I'm not a fan of either trade offer at this point. No. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.